Mhm. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Let's start to play some Blitz games and send me challenges who wants to play. Alright, let's start our first game here. We have Blitz game, we can go with Elephant Gambit, McDonald attack. Okay, let's bring some simple development just. Knight back, Knight c3, Bishop c4, okay, some development here. Okay, that looks like four knights opening here. Let's try. What about take e5? Is he needs this or some queen e7? Try to pressure e4. You know, he can remove one of the defender from e4 and then take the pawn. Probably that's the idea. Okay, castle, he will take the knight and e4 will be free pawn for him. So you need to be sure about that. Queen can't move to defend e4. Knight can take. What about some f3? That can be a little bit aggressive because our dark squares are getting a little bit weak, but I believe if I castle, everything should be okay here. Even my rook should be open. I don't know, probably queen b6 will be pressured in my position so much. Let's see, he's taking very fast. I need to go bishop a3 to prevent him from castle. So if his king will be in that middle, probably that will be the greatest move if I do that, okay? This can be dangerous move if I castle just knight with some, I don't know, knight c2 can take and then the rook should be hang, okay? It's why bishop e3 and then I can castle. It's almost like knight f3 to his queen won't be under attack because his knight will be check, okay? But I think queen takes, yes, that should be all. Alright, that's with a check, so I can't take the queen. I can take the knight and lose my bishop on e3. Yeah, it's really great move actually, so I can't even not to take this. Just I'm not taking, my bishop is gonna hang, my rook is gonna hang. If I take the knight, queen takes queen e2. Yes, should be the best, but let's don't forget I was up a pawn, so now I'm not down a pawn, you know? Alright, I have really much active pieces, just only thing that I don't like here so much that he has really great two bishops. I'm gonna say two bishops advantage. Takes, bishop takes, and even a long castle will be a little bit aggressive if we trade the queens, okay? Bishop check. Yes, I can prevent him from castling, I believe. Knight back, I'm taking with a check. What should he place there? And some rook d1. Let's try to believe if he take the knight. If he takes, he can't check, right? So he's checking and then taking the knight. That's can be not the best one for us. The queen b5 I was trying, but queen is defending that square, and position like that I don't need some sort of trades because his position is already exploded. Okay, now this is I'm threatening. I couldn't do before castle, you know, the knight was pinned there. Check and take the bishop. And if it's not just okay, why he blundered that? He wanted to bring his king safety very fast, that's why he blundered. Alright, let's take. f7 is very weak and, you know, I can attack with three pieces. If I play a little bit clever, even with the knight. Okay, I'm not losing the knight because he's getting made. Really clever answer from him, but, you know, he needs to protect from mate, and if I wear black and try to continue this game, I won't trade the queens. Yes, he's eating a pawn from here, he's taking that, but actually trades and he hasn't any active piece. You know, I'm gonna trade all these rooks and win this game. It should be more easier when pieces are traded. You know, my king isn't in its best shape. I'm gonna say isn't defend it with all my pieces. That's he could trick with his queen. Now with his rook, that should be more harder. Okay, the knight on f3 just. I could some checks try to take, but let's bring our knight safety and then create another plans, okay? We are up a piece, I don't want to lose that. Okay, can we offer him trade or not? Just rook c1, I think. Okay, I will bring the king. I would like to keep my rook on that second rank, which is preventing some sort of rook jumps for him. We have a knight against opponents. You know, that's not easy to win. It's not easy to win positions like this. So his kingside spawns will be a little bit dangerous for me. He's up a pawn on that side of the board. So I can check. King can't protect, I think there's g5. f6 won't work here. h3, is he getting mate or not? King g4 I will mate, okay? I think king e4 is only movement. With the pawn h7 is kinda lost for him. King g4 h3 mate with a pawn should be crazy good. Which not bringing me win, but anyway, he's down bunch of pieces. The knight and the pawn is very much. Alright, let's go here, take a7. Just we need to be sure we are not losing all our pawns. Otherwise that can be even draw red. Okay, I would like to. Okay, that should be a mistake from him. I'm taking b6, h2 is guarded, so I will defend b2. Okay, that's if he didn't move his king on that sixth rank, that he could take that pawn. Okay, I can't really understand this move, but alright, he resigned. Who wants to play? Find me on chess.com and send me challenge. And let's start our another game here. Please don't forget about likes if you enjoy my games. Alright. Another one we have, or that's Lactor, I don't know. Alright, let's wait 2 seconds. I will do everything and we will play here. Hello, Charul. How are you, bro? If you want to play, say me in the chat, okay? I will wait for you. Let's play another one until who wants to play, I will play. Okay, for can we play Vina Gambit after e5? Let's see. Okay, Scandinavian is Scandinavian. I would like to just pressure the center more and protect queenside because actually very much Scandinavian players are bringing queenside pieces for pressure center, okay? This d4 pawn I don't like to go d4. You know, you're queen and he's bringing really much pressure. I think d3 is complex, can be the best. Let's see. Queen h5 is a move that almost all players playing, just try to add more pin here and some bishop d6 pressures h2 and some other. He will take the bishop, I will take the queen. I don't know, can I take material from here or not? For our position going to be simple. Knight e5, he takes the knight, I will take the bishop. You can play knight f3 and start as well in Scandi, there is a queen trap. Queen trap, okay, I believe I played it, but he played cleverly. Okay, I will see the trap, I don't know. What about knight b5? Okay, he doesn't supposed to take that. Because now my bishops are very active here and he, queen needs to guard the knight, which, you know, he hadn't, he hasn't taken with a pawn, okay? Some queen checks. His position will be destroyed there. Now we can guard this pawn. Bishop d6 or knight d8, which I don't recommend. Okay, knight d5, bishop x, c4, kick the knight. So that's front work, I believe. Knight d8. Alright, now c4 is a threat that I'm doing and taking the pawn. Can I trade the knights? Here's... What if we take another pawn? Okay, I'm gonna sacrifice the knight. I won't gonna take the knight on d5 here. So if he goes the knight back, I will take c7, okay? That's why he has to take that. His knight is pressured, so rook c1 is coming. Probably I can take the pawn and this. Okay, that's shouldn't be the best move from him. Queen takes, pawn takes, doesn't matter. b6, let's sacrifice our second piece. The pawn on b6, you know? He's not taking, he's getting more spread position. Take, rook c1, he can't move his king side of the board on that queen side, so d7. Check, king e8, yes, I'm forcing him to go center. You know, there is another variant. Rook c1, bishop c5 to sacrifice the bishop, try to defend that, or the knight. Alright, what about check from a8? And then b7 is gonna lose, so no, that's not easy for as black to play. I sacrificed the piece, but I can handle this position. Check, king c7 can be because he's closing that diagonal for my bishop. King c7. I think b4, b5 if they were defended, okay? He's being a little bit humble, but that's absolutely a move that I was expecting. Okay, that's not over of the board. Let's try to use his king not very great defense and some. I don't like to weaken my position with f2 takes g3, okay? Okay, f7 is gonna lose. He needed to see these checks to not blunder anything, but... Alright, f7 is guarded. I forgot about this move. Let's keep pressuring and even with some, you know, pawn pushes or double the rooks. For sure, I won't care about these queenside pawns here, just I'm trying to bring my piece back. This check will be possible because knight is pinned. But what is giving that to me? Yes, queen d7 won't work, I will take e5. King c8. Alright, probably attack on the rook pressure is positioned more steady than he's expecting, okay? Check and queen f4. Queen f4 check. Knight can't take. I will take d4. Give king c8, okay? I think that's only move that he can play actually. Queen d6 even sounds great here. For some, like I will try to break his position, break into with my queen and bring the rook actually won't be bad. Rook e1, but if rook e1 he will force to trade, which I don't like. I have more pieces, that's the problem. Here takes... Yes, I think just against two rooks and the knight should be great position for us. So I will keep checking at least and make a draw here, you know? Let's see, takes... He can't make a new queen, queen is guarding. So we'll check and if king takes c2, and yes, his king isn't very great defended. We can keep checking and if not try to make a draw, even some working ideas can be. Here attack on d3, how we can guard? I think knight jump f4, knight jump a3. If I take this and this d file will be open, some d7 moves are gonna happen and queen f7 rank should be great with his rook on d7. That's some moves I'm trying to do here. Please don't forget about likes and subscribe if you enjoyed the stream. f4, queen f5, I think that doesn't work. Okay, you can check, but what he can get from there. Alright, knight activation. I can take queen back, but he will have enough time to guard this. So we can't take. Alright, let's take. That's the pawn. Why not? We will have that. Queen h4 not go very much back, you know. To actually keep these rooks pressured here. Takes, he will sack the queen and lose his rook. Emran, okay bro, for sure you can. After this, send me challenge. He's taking. Ah, wait, another rook could go. I thought that should be check from e7. Okay, Emran, after this, I will play with you. Well, not the best one happened here. Anyway, let's play Sicilian. G3 isn't the greatest response. That's little bit looks like Indian game with white pieces. Bishop d6. Yes, bishop b6 because this g3 h2 is close. That's I think a little bit hard to develop the darks for bishop here. Takes, queen will pressure d5, but actually I'm having really great defense there. So some sort of c4 and b5, yes, I will try to break this pawn chain. I don't like to go some b6 and try to keep this guarded because this diagonal should be overextended for his bishop. a6 because b6, because b3, b5 can be possible. That's the whole difference. Yeah, I will try to. Okay, I can take and sack the bishop. Sack the bishop, try to take this dark square bishop, which is actually protecting his light squares very well. They're sacrificing. He can sacrifice his bishop on f7, but he's gaining these white squares weaknesses anyway. I can take sacrifice. King takes, queen check. King g1 bring the bishop. How can prevent from mate here? Now let's see. Just if I keep my bishop on c7, knight g3, and I believe h2 will be guarded. We need to be a little bit aggressive position like that. King g2 will lose immediately because with a tempo I can bring the bishop, which we can't say about g1, okay? Here's queen g4 and g2 mate is coming, his rook is pressured, but I think I don't need to try to take the rook. f5, f4 could be moves, but you know his bishop is spinning. His bishop is just cut from the diagonal. I would like to keep it cut from there. That seems... Okay, let's bring the rooks. I would like e4 and how we could defend this g2. So like f3 he will lose bishop. I don't know, there is... No, he isn't moving the rook because he should be grateful if I take that. 0 moves. Okay, cancel the game or she resigned. Great victory. Okay, how can I not get played here? I think I can't. Alright, let's take his rook. I think he's forcing. But no problem. Oh, g6, his bishop can be active. Before his queen blunder, bro. Yes, I know that's blunder. I would like to play that, but because that's I will blunder, I didn't play that. Well, he has two great bishops, but what I have? Only one rook. We have almost same pawn chain, but my king side is, you know, I have more than 2 pawns in king side. He has 2 more pawns on the center. Okay, knight takes, rook takes, doesn't matter. He's taking the pawn, bishop is pinned, he can't take. He's taking pawn on g7. I think absolute no problem. Alright, I have a trick here. Let's sack the rook. So we are taking f2 and attacking on his rook. So he needs to guard rook and knight at the same time, which he can't. Alright, we're still down a pawn, but we have passed pawn, and for sure we traded one of his bishop, which was really cool in this position. Alright, who wants to play next one, chat? Okay, he's trying to move his king forward. Let's respond with bring the king, okay? Here, rook check, king back. Yes, king back to g7, so I can take that. Goodbye, Niraj. Okay, let's keep defending. If he takes b7, we can take and let's try to destroy that side of the board. My knight isn't doing anything, so I can trade with his light squared bishop, okay? King takes. Can I mate there or not? Okay, I thought that should be mate. I didn't see this bishop check. My knight is trapped? I believe not. From h1 I'm trying to mate, so b7 will be possible. We can check, trade the rooks. Alright, let's resign this. Let's wait for the challenges. Who wants to play findmechess.com and send me challenge? Alright, we got challenge here. Let's play Scandinavian this time, okay? Okay, c5 and... Yes, because d4 I will try to keep it discarded, but I'm protecting all this center. And I like to pressure e5 very much. No, that's for sure really great fun. I need to take... And that's why very much players are playing c3 and then d4. That's why c5 is a great move. Actually, that's why it looks like French defense when you are trying to destroy that pawn structure with c5. Okay, knight d2 only move to not lose anything else. If I activate the bishop, he can take b7, so moves you need to be sure you are not blundering. Bishop d6, queen back some mating threats actually. f4 is a move that very much players are playing, but that should be a mistake here. Okay, I know what mistakes they are gonna play, you know? I know his rating and I know his blundering styles. Right, let's bring the bishop. Now f4 is hang. Okay, he takes his getting mate. Alright, we get this. Well, let's play with him another one, and who else wants to play, write in the chat and I will play with you, okay? First, okay, let's bring the knights. He's playing names, so which defense? Yes, a little bit hard name. He's playing that opening. Alright, the knight is coming. Another bishop on... Actually, on 2 won't be bad, but they treat as protecting e4, so some like bishop b4 try to remove the defenders on e4. We are blundering sometimes. Alright, thank you for advice, Charles. Knight takes, pawn takes. Okay, let's be trickier, you know. I will open a file and pressure the knight on c6 cents. Actually, the queen. Okay, take e5 is possible. Here's e5. Alright, knight b5. He's taking the bishop. I will take a7. He didn't play that actually. I thought he's gonna notice that move, but he didn't. Alright. b5 is a really great square, but a6. What can I do if he kick the knight from a6 here? Probably b3 to pressure his queen. Oh, hello, Rishabh. How are you, bro? I didn't see you very long time. How is your life going? Alright, let's pressure this queen and make some advantage. I think my pieces are hyperactive. Let's move the pawn and try to ruin his position, even with a sacrifice a piece, why not? Pawn takes. Pawn takes, he will be up a pawn, but a7 is gonna lose. Starting I miss chess. Alright, bro, great job actually. Study is the most important thing. You need to do all we need to do, okay? a5 he can't take. He's getting this trade, but he's removing the red square defender from here, which is could do a really great job actually, but I'm gonna say he's not even losing. I'm not even losing a pawn because bishop on b6 is coming. Because my rook with pressure is queen, he can take the bishop. Okay? What he take? Okay, he took my pawn on a5. I didn't expect that move for sure. Alright, bishop takes, keep that bishop guarded, and queen f3, bishop b7 mate if queen won't defend is coming. Yes, I'm good in studies, bro. Mathematics, physics, I'm not bad from that. He's taking the knight, he's getting mate from a8. What if c6? I think c6 queen back he can take. No, that should be overextended. I'm not seeing the win yet. Okay, I think queen e5. Queen e5, some b8. Now that won't work, but let's see. I'm going to ruin his position with sacrifice the bishop. Or bring the rook. Okay, after pawn takes, I will sack the rook on a4 and mate. Okay, it's not doing that. What about sack the rook right now? Why not? Okay, b8 is coming, so how we can defend? I think b5 try to trade to queen c. It's down 2 pieces, but anyway, that can be. Right, I have very much pieces on my king side, but I blundered that. Right, very bad. Who else wants to play? Oh, that could be. Alright, let's wait for challenge. If I haven't, I will play. Okay, let's play another one. I sacrificed, but for sure that's considered as blunder there. d5 takes, I think knight f6 or take the pawn right away. Right, that's being very looks like French defense. And Gotham chess. Yes, for sure Gotham chess. I didn't see that move. I think I'm doing brilliant and I'm gonna take your you're gonna take the rook, I'm gonna mate, but for sure that didn't happen. Yes, Rishabh, for sure we can after this send me challenge. Let's match rate it. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't care about that so much, but no. If you send rapid game, I will be more happier. Queen is coming pressure. It's 10 move of the game. I'm up figure. Great start, yes. G6, bring the bishop and some pawn push or castle. Alright. He blundered his second piece. Not bad. Bishop is coming. G2, how can you protect? If I will win you, again I will smile. Alright. I don't let you smile one more time. Alright, I'm joking. Not the best move for him. That's doing nothing. My queen side is closed, but he can play there. What if I suck the knight? Rook f2 will be on the move. Check, lose the bishop. Alright, Rishabh will play. Yes, Charul, I think last one was rated because Imran is sending all the games rated. Yes, can be. I was very much high rated. I lost 300 and now for me rating doesn't matter. Alright, I'm up two pieces. Let's don't be so greedy and suck tonight. Rook f2 is coming, but yes, still I don't think I have really much pressure. So I'm gonna take 3 pawns from his position. So bishop c5, okay, bishop c5 won't be possible. Oh, this is coming. If he defends, just I will take on f4. No rook can take, bishop will be protect here. Won't work, won't work. Rook is hand. Alright, how I find that move. Rook is pinned, he can take with a queen, with a king, sorry. Before he takes, queen takes, his rook will be pinned, I will take that. Did you ever play with title players on chess.com? Yes, one time I won International Master. Even take can be, of mate. I played one time with Grandmaster, 2019, I believe. Okay, Rishabh, send me challenge. I lost in just 10 or 12 moves at the time. I was solo rated. Right, I think that's all. Women FIDE Master I played, I will say 6-8 games with Candidate Master. Thank you, Rishabh. Alright, I think you have some problems you didn't send challenge, okay? So I will end this. I will try very fast and play with you, okay? Rishabh. Takes, knights are coming. My bishops are active. Can I play with you again? Yes, bro, for sure. After I will finish with Rishabh, new e5 is okay. Next one I will play. Alright, got it, Rishabh. Next one I will play, no problem. Okay, queenside castle. So, because my queenside pawns are very active, I'm gonna push this pawn and try to destroy his position here, which won't be easy for him to guard. Before I would like to kick the knight, but on e4 that should be really great place there. Okay, he's trying to make some open file for his rook, but I think I can handle this. Don't throw the game. Okay, bro, I will try. I think h5 to keep the queen pressured. So probably knight jump he wanted to play. b5, b4, knight back to b1 should be the movement. Okay, we will see. Already I'm having a really great position. This g-file is open, but bishop g6 is coming to block his bishop from that g7 weak square here. Alright, what about this move? His knight is under attack, his queen is under attack. He's gonna lose his knight for sure. Do you remember Polybot? Polybot, the lowest rated bot of all time? Yes, if that's it, I remember. I think queen e1 d2 even he will lose the rook. A full rook because he can't guard this rook. Queen e3 I will take with a bishop rook e1. That's all. Queen e3 even. Okay, that should be only move. Brilliant move. Brilliant or blunder from him and perfect for me. Alright, Rishabh, I will wait. Ոչինչ ախպերս, լավ է 5-րդ տեղն էլ բարև համել։ Ռեցինգ ունեցար, բարձրացավ, ինչ եղավ ռեցինգը թողվեց։ Rook Ivan, what about some before? Before kick the knight back and yes, my position will be great. I think even d2 I can bring bishop back and some forking ideas. Continue, and if it's not, just try to trade all these pieces. Now my bishop can defend this really great. Just g6, what should he place there? Rook will be cut off, the queen can't attack. Another bishop is doing a really great protectively job too. Play bishop and win queen. Rook is guarding, I can't. Rook will take, queen takes, I will lose that. But after knight f3 I can try that and take the rook. He's blundering this fork. Only if I take the rook, bishop g5 will be possible. Let's take the rook on e1, you know why? To distract the rook from this g5. Հա, հանդեր մի քիչ խաղաս կհանես, էլի չէ։ How can I distract the rook from here? Still I can't. How can I save this? h6, queen can take and that's will be guarded. Let's pressure the knight, knight back d4. Pick the knight, we will see. Brilliant knight move again. I'm gonna say that's best moves are perfect because for brilliant you need to sacrifice anything. Yes, the idea is brilliant, I'm gonna say. Nothing can work here, so I think b3 to save the knight because d4 is coming. I will cut his queen from his knight protection and I will take the knight, okay? If not, b2 check. I think I'm not getting mate here, but his position will be very bad. Almost ruined there. Alright, he blundered this. Bishop takes. Isn't d4 knight takes even. His queen takes won't work, I'm gonna say. I think e5, rook e8. Okay, queen is defending e8. If it weren't, we could suck the queen and backrack checkmate will come. Անդե ոչինչ ախպեր, նորից առաջի կարկանի կասցնես, անգան մրցում կեղնի կխաղաս, ռեցինգ էլ կհանես արխայն. Bishop c3, queen b1 check, take the rook. Okay, he's just keeping defended the knight. Check, I will take c2 and force his king to go middle of the board, okay? Even some rook check could be. It's coming with mate. What about g6? His bishop won't be pressured. Gonna say I haven't chance to take anything from here. So let's say thanks him he haven't. He hasn't dark square bishop, which could be really tricky here. Rook is coming, queen e2 check. Բայց ոնց է գալու էր։ Among Us Guy, hello bro. Do you want to play? Okay, rook is coming, queen e2 check, and his king will be probably protected on that side of the board. What about bishop d2 try to take this? Faris Nasser, that's you? Okay, got it. $1 million brilliant move. Like Hikaru has a little bit more than 5,000. Like 55-30 if I'm not mistaken. And okay, see, can you or not? Reinhardt Breslov, pěkně. Bishop check, knight takes. Yes, I will force him this trade. I should be much better to be first. Alright, go for it. Queen trades and... Alright, let's bring the rooks. Context doesn't matter, I will check and some... I can take the bishop that's pinned. Will my opponent resign? Rishabh, I'm waiting for your challenge. Let's let him send the challenge and play a new one. And who wants to play, find me on chess.com, send me challenge. Praju, I promised... okay, not Praju, Char. I promised him let's play one game with him and then with you, okay? d5, bishop d6. Alright, let's see. Even knight can jump. Imagine and fun. What you can't imagine. Even knight can come and try to take the bishop. Why you hate your translator? Pawn on f4 won't be bad here, just his king still in the middle. I will try to take advantage from it, you know. Knight is coming and... Okay, let's open the bishop, even if I and some... Alright, why I missed that? I thought that should be guarded from the knight, which isn't supposed to be here. The thanks simply didn't take. Maybe on g6 could be moved here, but because that's blocking the rook, I think h6 little bit better. You know, the rook isn't pressured this pawn, which is keeping with the pawn, but g6 he can bring the queen on h5, and how he can defend this h7. Alright, bro, I got it. Even you can sign with Google. But anyway, how you choose? Քնագո, բարոտներն էր խառնել։ Okay, knight c6, he takes my pawn chain is going to be great and my rook is on that open file here. Oh, I can trade literally everything. f6 won't work, this e6 will be loose for me. Takes and then e5, okay? Like f5 I can block the bishop, but I'm afraid a little bit from the knight's jumping and some other... Knight takes, bring the rook. Okay, let's wait for his respawn. I think even a6 to block his bishop from this way or not. Now his knight is in trouble. I think queen e2 if he wants to keep this position alive, otherwise he has to take. I'm taking being up a pawn, and what can he place there if he loses central pawn? And even some bishop jump can be actually. Okay, bishop h7 isn't doing anything. Just he's losing a pawn. Right, king h8, that's all. I think knight g5. Knight g5 pawn takes, even some mating ideas could be there. Alright, no problem. I think f5 if not bishop back. Wait a minute, f5 bishop g6 he will escape, right? But if g6 he will take h6, we can take the bishop. Otherwise, when your bishop on h7, g6 they can block. But that's not positioned like this. Okay, he did blunders, he has to move the king. Otherwise, queen e2 I will trade, bishop should be hang. King f1, king f1, what? Can I block the bishop? Or b6 bring my bishop? I think still he can defend, but in the endgame should be very hard to play. Τελειούκανε. Αζαβαρότιμο το τελειούκανε. He takes... Yes, his king should be a little bit trouble actually. The idea to open d file and blink the rook. Let's see how we can defend against this. So what happened? Alright, what happened? Queen check f4, rival take g3. I could even take c3, king takes, but I believe there is no need to worry about this so much, so even g6 now can be. Okay, g6, he can take h6, how I said that, why I'm not playing that. Alright, he can't pressure my side of the board because his pieces aren't active, these rooks are doing nothing. I can't even understand this rook e1 move. If he wanted to have this c-file, he could bring another rook, which is doing nothing absolute. That rook have had advantage on that h-file, okay? No, he can't even sack and take with a queen, just try to some checks and reputate and make it draw. My queen is defending gold is really great. Yes, bro, after this I will play with you. Alright, my bro is going to lose this bishop, so let's see. He can take and try to make some pass pawn for the endgame because he's going to be down a piece. So I think he can even be a little bit better for that position advantage. My bishop is closed and my rooks aren't connected, you know. But I have bishop. His bishop is gonna lose here. I finally logged in. Alright. Okay, if I take, even that won't be a mistake. You can even take c3 and then the bishop. You know, the bishop is mine anyway. You could take g6, just take a pawn, you know, don't let me take that free bishop. Alright, great position. e5, blink the bishop. This pawns are isolated, really good news for me. Blink the bishop, rook takes. Okay, b6, and even from b7, that should be great, which I'm trying to pressure his king side, you know. And I can just double the rooks on that c file or even d file. Won't be mistake. You know, I won't let him to get this d file if he try to get. I will trade and you know I am up a bishop, I'm up a pawn. That should be very easy for me to win that end game, but not in this middle game, you know. Rooks and queen are very tricky pieces actually. Alright, my opponent blundered his queen. Okay, wait a minute, I will connect just now. Alright, I am coming back. In game on c5. c5 is a move that, but I'm a little bit worried about d5. Okay, first answer, I think you want to play. Queen b6 to pressure this diagonal, but actually 3 will be great move. e3 to just block my all pieces on the diagonal, which are pressuring there. Okay, not the best one. Not the best one because you know what is this pawn doing? He's losing opponent and having this very weak king here, which I'm gonna take this pawn. You know that's why double pawns are so weak. Bishop, not the worst game, but you need to be a little bit careful, you know, when you think that simple position, but in simple position actually you can blunder anything. Love. Ai вообще. Zачем всем ավելի մոս։ Առանց ավելացումելի ավելի լավ։ Թե չէ վեստի ուշքը ժամին ես գցып, չէ՞։ Okay, this lost has isolated pawn on the center, which will be easy target for me. Let's castle to not blunder anything, he can't castle. Alright, grab that Rishabh. Okay, just try to be a little bit careful, everything should be okay there. This is actually a great move, which is cutting my queen from that knight protection. So I can take this now. What if f5, f4? Or just simply knight back? Queen c3, I believe, to keep the knight guarded. Can I pressure the queen force the knight won't guard from there? Even some mate threats could be actually, if I have dark square bishop, from f2 will be mate threats there, which for sure I was trying to do. Takes, he will take. He's down upon his king isn't in a great position. Okay, but queen takes, I'm keeping guarding the knight. Alright, he missed that. Even 2 seconds I missed that too. And he needs to take, you know, the rook was hanging here. The queen was pressuring there. Alright, let's offer bishop trades and that should be more easier. I should have one extra pawn and one extra piece here. Okay, he blundered this fork. I think, can we call it blunder because we are moving in the end games. Bishop can be crazy good. Yes, I don't know why I blundered anyway. Goodbye, Rishabh. Thank you for joining. Thank you what you said. Yes, I wish everyone will do that how you said. Goodbye, have a great day. At that same time, I'm gonna stream tomorrow too. So you can join if you have enough time. Alright, let's mate and who wants to play else? Well, let's play with him rematch. FPS ուզում ես խաղաս, եթե հա, կարանք խաղանք։ Alright, let's play Vaina Gambit, but he's protecting against it very well. Okay, it's King Xinjiang. Sorry. King's Gambit, sorry. But you know, knight c3, f4, that doesn't matter so much. I'm gonna play how I take almost like Vaina game, you know? He could take this, but now he can't. So I'm gonna d4, take this pawn back. Bishop e2 castle, okay? Knight here, I can just trade, it's not doing anything. Even kick with the bishop d3 and some other d3 pawn takes. You know, just bishop takes or knight takes, this pass will be very bad place there actually. Okay, he blundered this. Now my pawn structure is very weak. I'm up 2 pawns, but he can take one by one here very easily, I'm gonna say. Okay, don't need to worry, bishop c4 and castle is coming. Here, queen d3 maybe. And the knight even e5 just pressured this f7. Yes, knight takes, I will attack on the queen, rook takes. Rook takes, queen g4 is a threat. And from g7 mate. Queen g4, bishop f6 is a crazy good move, which I will try to take my queen. The rook should be. And okay, the knight should be pressured. If he takes the knight, I will lose the rook. But because he's moving the knight, now that's discover check, okay? If I suck the rook and mate, that should be great one, but I think still I can't. Okay, let's take the bishop. He needs to take the bishop, I will take the rook and my bishop back, okay? If he doesn't do that, he will be down a piece. Alright, I had very bad pawns. I was up a pawn, but my pawn structure was very bad. No, it's not like that. But he's down a piece and 2 pawns, okay? The knight is coming, and with some fork threats. He will open this a5 for him, but he's overextended his position, and my 2 knights are super great here. Okay, let's check and not let him to defend against knight c7, which I'm trying to fork. Some knight check. Okay, the difference, if there's were a rook, I could do that queen sacrifice mate knight from f7. If I'm not mistaken, that's called scholar's mate, right? Who knows? Alright, where he needs to move the queen. If e7, I think I can do this mate. Alright. Rook is coming and some knight check, rook f7, f8, we will see. Smart hurt. Okay, Charles, you are right. I forgot that name. Actually, our queen is hanged, but waiting some sort of knight checks from f8, even mating threats can be, why not? Okay, knight check, he can take the queen. So from f8 I'm trying to mate, he can't take. He will lose the queen at least, and then the bishop with a check. Even bishop can come. Alright, bro. Yes, that's a queen, and queen is defending f7 after knight f7 when you are trying to mate. Okay, I'm not seeing mate, but there should be any mate, just he's protecting his red squares very well. You miss brilliant? Where? Okay, I think I know what you are saying. Queen g8, f7, knight won't work. You know queen is guarding that. Yes, he's taking with a queen, I'm taking the queen, but that's not all, you know, that's not mate. I think I'm gonna mate the next move here. No, from g7, h8, everything can be made there. What do you mean, bro? Is I missed anything? Alright, don't worry, bro. That's a check. We can start with a bishop, actually, at least take this. Hello, I see bear. Okay, thank you, bro, for understanding. Abgulfki. Okay, little bit hard name. How are you, I see bear? Do you want to play some chess games? And who wants to play? Abgul FGA. Do you want to play? Okay, queen is hang from g7, h8. I'm going to mate. He's sacrificing, okay? Then the bishop. Okay, from here he can check and take the rook. Thank you, I see better. I'm fine too. Here's. Alright, that will be made. No, don't need. You deleted already, but why? You hate chess like Bobby Fischer? I watched Transformers. No, I didn't. Okay, Mini Magnus, let's play another one and then with you, okay? I didn't play with him today. He joined 25 minutes ago. Oh my god. That's some great Premov. Yes, thank you, bro. Yes, I like that Premovs. I saw only what that called Super Ninjas. Ninjas or Super Rangers. Rangers when actually there were Transformers. So I know that from there. I take your bishop. Ah yes, got it. Yes, you needed to just play a little bit defensively. You can take and yeah, you know 9 up a pawn, but this is gonna drop anyway. You don't need to care about this. Take, he can take even g2 to pressure the rook. I don't know. Take here, check. I think he can take g2 and then the rook, but I'm having 2 extra pieces. What about Takeshi Castle? Is that a movie? I didn't see that. That's well, looks like Indian name, right? Is that Indian? I can't castle. Alright, can wait. Bishop takes. I'm trying some pins here. Oh, that won't work. He's gonna castle to guard f7. Finally, Japanese show. Alright, I didn't see this. The name wasn't. I'm gonna say I didn't meet that name. I think I have to keep discarded. Now I'm forcing him to take because that's not a pin. Okay, this is coming, so he takes. Okay, even with queen trace, that should be even better position for me without castling. Queens are traded, you need to just bring your king in that middle of the board. They do parkour like stuff and clear their path. I don't know how to explain it properly. I'm not very eloquent. Alright, bro, I got it. Okay, I see better. I understand you, I think. But I think I didn't recognize anything I thought like that. Takes, king takes, and I would like to centralize the rooks. My favorite country, I think first one Armenia because I'm from Armenia. I love French. Uh, I mean European countries very much. Queen e3 g5. Switzerland. That can be the best I like. Switzerland, how that called? Okay, you know what's the problem? I need to defend this bishop with my queen, otherwise pawn g3, g5 can be. Queen d2, g5 anyway. Queen f3 to get out from this pin. Queen c2 he will take. Then b2. And then d4 is gonna hang anyway. Queen e5. Queen e5, he could take c2 like no. But bishop d6 after she will take with a check, okay? I don't think I'm losing my king, I can still defend. Yes, that can be tricky, probably I'm gonna lose second pawn, but anyway. You know he's taking, I'm having this open files, that's why I probably didn't take there. G3, G5. Okay, rook check is coming, he takes, I check, king d7. Am I not tricking anything or not? I thought I can move my queen after this check, he should be in trouble, but now he's not having that trouble. Right, I'm losing right now, not like that position that that was actual, okay? Alright, let's resign, let's finish this stream. Thank you for joining my channel. In the same time tomorrow I will make a new stream and you can play. I will try to help you improve your chess. So goodbye everyone. Thank you.